Andy, are we ready? Right, we're live on YouTube. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this remote hearing of the Licensing Subcommittee. My name is Councillor Paul Ray, and I will be chairing today's hearing. Before I proceed further, could I remind everyone that today's meeting is being streamed live on the City's Council's YouTube channel. Could I ask that the following members of the subcommittee introduce themselves, please? Councillor Richards.
Good morning, I'm Councillor Linda Richards.
And Councillor Wenham.
Good morning, I'm Councillor Angela Wenham.
I would like to start the hearing today by confirming that the meeting of the Licensing Subcommittee meets the requirements of the Council's constitution, even though members of the panel are in remote attendance. Whilst items today will be fully discussed as usual, remote attendance requires a few slight changes as to how I manage the debate. Therefore, can all attendees mute their microphone unless I invite them to speak? This will avoid disruption from background noise. Can all participants please keep their cameras on during the hearing? All participants will be invited to introduce themselves at the start of the hearing to make it clear to the public observers who will be involved in the proceedings. I ask for your assistance and patience while I go through this process. Could I invite officers to introduce themselves and mute your microphone once you've introduced yourself? I'll start with Mary O'Shea.
Morning, it's Mary O'Shea from Legal Services here to advise the committee.
Matthew Nelson.
Thank you, Chair. Matthew Nelson from Entertainment Licensing.
Debbie Oldham.
Thank you, Chair. Debbie Oldham from Governance Services.
Can I ask that the applicant of the review, could I ask that the applicant of the review application to introduce themselves?
Good morning, Chair. It's Samantha Longfellow from Leeds City Council Licensing. I'm acting on behalf of the Licensing Authority this morning.
Thank you very much. I got my words mixed up there, apologies. Please, could I ask the premise licence holder and their representative to introduce themselves?
It wouldn't appear, Chair, that they have actually attended the meeting today.
Okay, thank you. Please, could I ask the responsible authorities who support the Licensing Authority review application to introduce themselves? So, David Parker from West Yorkshire Police.
Yes, my name is David Parker, West Yorkshire Police Licensing.
Jessica Doughton from Environmental Protection Team.
Hi, good morning. Yeah, it's Jessica Doughton from Environmental Health.
And Ruth Turner from Cleaner Neighbourhoods.
I don't think Ruth's joining us either today, Chair.
Thank you very much. Now, I have been made aware that there is an application to adjourn, at which point I'll turn over to the legal officer, please.
Thank you, Chair. I understand that licensing have an application to adjourn this matter due to the information contained in the packs. I think there is an issue as to whether or not it has been confirmed that the confidential information has been served or should be served on the premises holder. Because she's not here today, we're not able to confirm that with her. So if I could turn to Matthew or Samantha to confirm that, please.
Thank you, Mary. I can confirm that additional evidence that West Yorkshire Police submitted to support their representation to the review application has not been served on the licence holder. Thank you.
Harry.
Chair, in those circumstances, if there is an application to adjourn the matter to a future date, it's whether or not any of the other parties have anything to say in respect of that.
Do any of the other parties have anything to say?
Yes, Dave Parker, West Yorkshire Police. Yes, we're trying to get authority from the officers in the case with regards to the information being discussed, and as yet we haven't received that information, so I would support the adjournment until we can get that authorisation.
Mary?
Chair, if it transpires that the information isn't going to be relied on in future, the confidential information by the police, then it may be necessary to have a different panel of members dealing with this, and so licensing will bear that in mind. But otherwise, it's for members to determine now if the matter should be adjourned to a future date by licensing.
So turning to Councillor Richard and Councillor Wenham, are you of the opinion that we should accept this adjournment request?
Councillor Wenham, yes, I do agree with the adjournment for now, yes.
Councillor Richard?
Councillor Richards, I too agree that the adjournment would be required.
And I also agree as well, so we accept that an adjournment is required.
Thank you, Chair.
And I believe that brings the meeting to a close then. So thank you everybody for attending a very, very short meeting. And I take it that's all we need to do.
Yes, thank you, Chair.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And turn the
Thank you.
webcast off.
Thank
Goodbye.
you.